come up on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Okay, there we go. What's up, everybody? It's your Intrepid Songwriter, chronicling my adventures as a songwriter. Because seriously, who does that? Nobody does that. I'm here to tell you all the stuff I wish they told me when I first started out. Today, what we're going to talk about is trademark. Trademark is one of those subjects where there's a lot of confusion and a lot of misinformation. So I wanted to be sure you had the right information and that you had the real deal so you know what to do. First thing, trademark and copyright are not the same thing. Trademark and copyright are not nearly the same thing. Copyrights expire. Your PA copyrights expire 70 years after you die. Your SR copyrights expire 95 years after you release them, or 120 years after you create them, if you don't release them, whichever comes first. Okay? Trademarks can be renewed. Trademarks can be renewed. So trademarks can last indefinitely. So they're not nearly the same thing as copyright. So then right off the bat, we need to define what a trademark is. And what a trademark is just exactly what it says it is. It's a mark that you trade with. It's a mark that you trade with. A trademark is some configuration of a logo or a sign or a symbol, or technically, like they say, a mark that distinguishes your businesses from other businesses. Trademarks are actually designed for consumer protection, not actually for business protection. So the whole reason that we have trademarks is so that consumers don't get confused. So that when they see your trademark, your logo, whatever your trademark is, they know what business or person it's associated with. That's the purpose of a trademark. It's so that when consumers see your mark, or they see any mark that someone is using to do business with, they know which company or persons it's attached to. That's the purpose of trademark. That's the point of trademark. Okay? It's a mark that you trade with. Now, it can be words. It can be a picture. It can be a combination of the two, whatever you want to use to form your logo. But you must understand, because I have to explain this to people all the time, you are not actually trademarking the word itself. That's like telling someone they could own the word blue, or you could trademark the color blue. No, you can't. You're not trademarking the words themselves or the color or whatever. What you are trademarking is the font and the angle and the configuration and the way you arrange those words to look, to have a unique configuration, to look unique when you see them. So what you are trademarking is that particular configuration of words and the angle of the letters and the font that you use and whether or not you use, drop case font or shadow or whatever. That's actually what you're trademarking. And the same goes if you have a picture. So if you draw a picture, a logo, like you see my logo behind me, if you're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, I don't own the word the, I don't own the word Intrepid, and I don't own the word Songwriter. But I do own that particular configuration of those words with that font and those colors and that look. That's actually what you're trademarking. So many times people say, can we trademark certain phrases or can we trademark certain things? And that answer is no, you can't. You can't own the color red. You can't own the word red. Okay, I know people would like that. You think you like that as long as you're the owner. Can you imagine having to pay a royalty to someone every time you use the word or the color red? Because that's what would happen if you could trademark words. That's what would happen if you could trademark colors. So you need to understand what you're trademarking is that particular configuration of those words, and specifically the font, the layout, the color choices, the angle. See, in my logo, if you look at the back, I have 5 lines. So I have a music staff, and I have that treble clef in the beginning and all that. That, you know, I don't own a treble clef, but that particular configuration of words and pictures and colors and font choices, I do own. That's what you're trademarking. So if you're trying to make a trademark, again, you need to find a unique combination of words or a unique way that you display those words. And it's always better if you get a picture. So you need some type of picture as a part of your logo too. That's what you're actually trademarking. Okay. Now, the next obvious logical question is, where do you go to trademark? And that is the USPTO, the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. You can Google it, but that's the address, but you can look it up right online. The USPTO, the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Now, patent is also different from a trademark. I'll do a separate video on that, but that's where you go. Now, warning, trademark applications are very expensive. They're over $700, over $700 a pop. So what you need to do is you need to do your research before you try to trademark your logo, because if they say no, because your logo looks too much like already registered logo, you're still out the money. So your $750, your $769, or your $770, whatever you pay to file the application, you still are out the money after you have filed that application and they say no. So the thing to do, there's 2 things you can do, well, 3 things you can do. First thing you need to do is start with a nice Google search. Google, that is what Google is for. You do a nice Google search and you see if there's anything out there that has something similar or something that could be easily confused. And that's the key, easily confused with your logo or trademark. Second thing is you research on the USPTO, the United States Patent and Trademark Office website. You can do research on the website to see what trademark applications and registrations have already been filed, but you have to know how to search in every category, which leads us to option 3. You can always hire an attorney, but an attorney is going to charge you starting at $1,000 because the application itself, I told you, is over $750. And so they're going to charge you for however much time it takes for them to do it. So it's expensive. It's necessary and it's worth it if you plan to take your business seriously and you plan to take your career seriously and you want to take it to the highest level you can go to, then you need to register your trademarks. But it's very expensive. So when you're starting your business up, you're going to need to have some capital or raise some capital to cover those trademark expenses. So I recommend that if you don't know how to do it yourself on the actual website, because when you register a trademark, you have to register it in every category you're going to use it in. So if you're going to use it for merch, if you're going to use it for stationery, if you're going to use it on your website, if you're going to use it in videos, whatever category you're going to use your trademark in, it's not just a blank registration and then that's it. But rather, you have to register it in every category that you're going to be using it in, and they give you a list of categories on the website to show you how many different places and ways you can use a trademark. So if you don't know how to do all that, or if you don't want to take the time and do the research yourself on the website, then I strongly suggest you hire an attorney to do it for you, to make sure you have dotted all your I's, crossed all your T's, and that when you turn in your application to register your trademark, you let them know for sure every category, because there's codes on the website and you have to enter in the right code to cover the category you're going to use the trademark in. So as with many things in entertainment business, it's complex. Although this isn't limited to entertainment business. This is for any business that uses a logo or a trademark. But as in many things, it's complex. It's not a simple thing. So that's my strong recommendation, that you go ahead on and get an attorney. Okay. So those are just the basics. There's a lot more to learn and a lot more to talk about, but I wanted to give you the basic foundation that, you're not trademarking words, but a particular configuration of words that you need to start with a Google search, that you need to go to the USPTO website and read up on that site and find out as much as you can. And if you don't want to do that, then hire an attorney. They already know what they're doing, so they'll already know how to get your trademark through. And remember that if you haven't done your research and you try to trademark register something that looks too much like an existing registered trademark, they're going to reject it. But you're still out to application money, which means you have to go back, redo your logo, and then apply again. So now we're already into the $1,400, $1,500 range if you have to do it twice. You see that? So that's why it's better to go ahead on and do your research first. Make sure your logo isn't conflicting or can't be mistaken for another business logo, and then get you an attorney. All right. That's our broadcast for today. Just want to give you the foundations and the basics for trademark. It's very, very complex, so be sure to do your homework so that everything is in line before you spend that money. And then once you get it, the trick with trademarks, even before the registration goes through, is to use it. One of the things that the courts look at, if there's a trademark infringement lawsuit where you think somebody has copied your trademark or somebody thinks that you have copied theirs, what comes into play is use. So what you want to do once you get your logo together and you're sure that it doesn't conflict with somebody else's logo, is that even before you complete the registration process, you want to use it. Use it in as many places as you can on your website and all your videos. YouTube gives you the option to put a little logo anywhere you want to in the video, put it there. Okay? Print up merch with it on it, because the more you use it, the more that you can establish with proof that you have been using this mark for a while, the stronger your case will be that it's actually your trademark, that is yours, that that other person did it after you and they don't have a right to it. Very important to understand that with trademark. It's very important that you use it as much as you can in as many places as you can, because practical use establishes ownership. Copyright doesn't work that way at all. But with trademarks do work that way. And practical use of a trademark and having it show up every time you show up is a way that the courts recognize established ownership. All right. So that's it. Go back and watch this video from the top if you came on late, so you get all the information. Don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I come on every Friday at noon with lives. So if you're wondering when and where my lives are, it's every Friday at noon. That's when my lives come on. And I know you need help with this. You need personalized help. Okay? So go to my website, theintrepidSongwriter.com, and book some time with me. There's a tab on the website that says Hire Me. Go to my website, book some time, and I can walk you through any of these topics with more detail, and I could show you how to set up a specialized plan to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. Because I've taken artists that haven't been on the charts in 30 years and put them back on the charts. Okay? So go to my website right now, theintrepidSongwriter.com, book some time with me, and I'll help you get to where you want to be with your career. All right? That's it for this session. I will see you next Friday. Intrepid Songwriter, out.